Greetings, Tiger fans, and welcome to another edition of Hardin County High School basketball tonight on K93 as we are here at home at McCaleb-Welch Gymnasium in downtown Savannah, Tennessee. Bill Sharp along with Steve Carnell, and we're set to call a couple of beauties tonight as the Lady Tigers will be hosting the Fayette Academy Lady Vikings, and then later on this evening the men will play, and as usual, we'll have two well-fought contests. Hopefully come out with a couple of wins.
Yeah, we need a couple of wins. Matter of fact, had a tough night last Friday night over at Dyer County, two really good teams. But, you know, talking with Coach Kirk on Saturday at Sports Talk, he felt like the Tigers, they could eliminate the mistakes in the second half, that they can beat them, and they're looking forward to Dyer County coming here. The men, they kind of got in a little bit of trouble right off the bat as Dyer County got off to a big lead. But, you know, that's just one game. They're a really good team. They're not in district play, and it's a good team to kind of measure yourself with. And I expect the girls to come out and play really good tonight. They shot well in the first half last Friday night. They had a 29-22. They were a deficit at halftime, and then the third quarter and fourth quarter just kind of got away from them.
Well, it played relatively out. Let me get it out right. Relatively close in the fourth, but the third quarter was what happened that did them in for the night. But that's what you do when you play a team like that on the road is you learn their weaknesses, and when they come to town, play on a friendly court, anything can happen. So tonight, Fayette Academy, we don't know much about them. Watching them warm up, it looks like they've got some size, and I've heard that they've had some real good success in the past.
Yeah, they have. I think Coach Carter said they've been a 20-win or 20-plus win team the last couple of years. Of course, they play in Class A, and they're over there where they can kind of get players to come in. They're right on the border of Memphis and Shelby County,
yeah.
And so they look like a pretty solid team. We'll see how things go tonight. But if we shoot well and get our defense where Coach Kurt wants it to be, to where we're talking to each other and help side defense, I think we'll be fine.
No question. So we've got a couple of minutes here before the tip-off, so we'll let our sponsors talk to you for a minute, and we'll be back with the tip-off right after these messages. Stay with us. Fayette Academy being introduced right now, and coming out is the starting squad as they get ready. The Lady Vikings by name. And let's see, we've got number 24 who is Annie Thrasher, or Thornton, I'm sorry. And now they turn the lights off for me, so we're going to have to wait till we can get some relief on that.
You got to get better timing with this, right?
Well,
we need to come up here tomorrow and work on this.
Well, you'd think after all these years I'd be able to get this straightened out. But we've got some good news tonight as Reese Hartwell will be back starting. She's just been introduced. And there is Bailey Gamble, Ashton Davis, Haley Hardin, and last but not least, Neely Barrier starting for the Lady Tigers. As Tigers in home white is a stark contrast to the red and black for the Lady Vikings. And they're huddled at each end of the court now. They're coming down with getting set for the tip-off. Nice little crowd here tonight. And jumping center for the Lady Tigers is Ashton Davis. And she'll be going up against Emmy Moore as the Vikings control the tap down in the lane. Jumper from about 5 feet away, and it's good as Amy Moore gets on the scoreboard right off the bat. They get the tip, go to the paint, put up the shot, and score. It's 2-0. Vikings pressure applied to get it across the timeline. In the corner on the left side, a shot by Hardin's off no good for 3. Rebound put up and off no good by Barrier. But once again, the rebound is going to be picked up, and this time it's going to be by Gamble. Gamble back outside. Now she has it on the right wing. Just underway in the first quarter, 2-0 Fayette Academy. Gamble has it, head of the key, drives in the lane, soft touch, banker, got it. Gamble took it down the lane on the left side, put up a one-hander and nailed it. We're tied at 2. Tigers put their own pressure on. Working it up the floor are the Lady Vikings. With it now. And it's ready to steal by Davis. Davis comes out of the pack, will run the end of the floor, lay it off the glass, and score. She gets a snowbird layup. And the Tigers revenge that opening bucket and now lead 4-2. There's a long pass down the floor, shot up and good, and this one's going to be by Logan as she gets 2 of them back, and we're back at 4-4. Down the floor comes Harville. Harville underneath to Davis. Davis has the shot, puts it up, won't go. Rebound taken down, and it's going to be Moore. Moore dribbles down the floor for the Vikings. On the left wing, Ray makes an attempt inside the paint, gets tipped away by Harville. They regain it and back down the floor, and a shot up and no good there by McNabb. Rebound's taken down by, I believe that's Harville with the rebound. She takes it coast to coast and lays it up and in. So Harville back on the court for the first time in several weeks is now on the board with 2 points. Here's a steal on the pressure. Coming up with it is Gamble. Now Harville on the left wing. Tigers on the offensive attack. Gamble, or rather Barrier in the corner for 3. She got it. Neely Barrier hits the 3. The Tigers are up 9-4. Pressure still applied. Down the floor comes Thurman. Here's a lob underneath. Banker is going to be put up and good. And that one is by Weatherly. That'll cut the lead now to 3. Tigers up 9-6. Davis on the offensive end, over to Hardin. Hardin shots off, no good. Rebound, fought for, and loose ball will be picked up by Fayette Academy. 4:51 left to go in the first. Tigers leading 9-6. Here's a three-pointer off the right side. Is good. I was watching them warming up, and they were filling that bucket up from three-point land, so we might see a lot of that tonight as she's wearing a ponytail. I can't see her number. Now here's a three-pointer on the Tiger end of the floor. It's off no good. And Davis with the rebound. It's off no good as well. Now the Lady Vikings back on the attack. Working with it is Thurman. Now Weatherly on the left side to Moore. Moore drives in the lane, puts up a shot. It's going to be off. No good, partially blocked, but a whistle on the foul is going to be called. And that's going to be on Davis, her first. Team's first, game's first. And Abby Ray, point guard, has it on the right side, following the inbounds pass. Under 4 minutes here in the first period. We're tied at 9. Here's a three-pointer from dead away at the head of the key. It's off no good. Struggle for a rebound, a whistle, and a pushing foul is going to be called on Thurman, or Thurton, I think is what they're calling it. And the Tigers will get it out. That's the first foul against the Vikings. Tigers working up the floor on the left side. Harville dishes it out, and a rimmed out three by Barrier. Almost fell. It came out, and the Vikings with the rebound, and on the opposite end with a chance to take the lead here. Weatherly with it. Lob in underneath to Moore. Moore is trapped under there. Kicks it outside to Ray. Now driving in is Thornton. She's going to be called for the charge. Thornton picks up the offensive ball control foul. That's 2 on her. And now it will be Tiger basketball in the backcourt with Fayette Academy still in the full court pressure arrangement. Tigers beat it across the line of Davis. Davis gets it now to Harville, who lagged back and finally came across the line. She's dribbling now on the left hand. High post left side, picks up the dribble. Gets it over now to Gamble. Gamble now to Barrier. And now they're going to call a traveling on Gamble as she was waiting to hit a bounce pass there for Barrier and drug her pivot foot. So with 2:46 left to go in the first, we're still tied at 9. And here come the Vikings. Here's a three-point shot that's going to hit the rim, come back up, hit the supports on the basket, and that will be Tiger basketball. Harville across the timeline. High post left side. Barrier in the corner for 3. No good. Rebound taken down by Moore. She gets it over to Ray. Ray's across the timeline. Now to Moore at the high post left side. We're with his Logan. She'll pass across court. Oh, we lost an assignment underneath, and going in for an easy layup is Moore. She was wide open right underneath the basket. She scores, and it's 11-9 now, Vikings. Tigers go to Davis in the paint. She dishes it back outside. Here's a three that's off and no good by Gamble. And now a rebound is going to be taken by the Vikings. 1:44 left to go, first period. 11-9, Fayette Academy. On the left side, Logan crosses the lane, goes up for the shot, missed it. Rebound, Gamble. No, that's going to be Barrier. Barrier, long down court pass. A quick pitch out to Harville. Harville tried to go to Hardin in the corner, and they lost control of it. It goes out of bounds. Give it to the Lady Vikings with 1:25 left to go in the first. Tigers trail by 2. Collision in the backcourt. Finally, loose ball is going to be picked up by Weatherly. Down the floor they go. They get it to Ray. Ray goes over in the corner, and it's going to be dribbled out of bounds by Gamble, who made a good defensive play there, but lost it out of bounds. Give it to Fayette Academy. 1:08 left to go. Here's a driving layup. It's going to be up and good by Morris, who just beat us to the basket. Davis could not catch up with her, and it's now 13-9. Tigers down by 4. Ashton Davis in the forecourt. Double team. She's going to take it to the glass. Goes up and scores. Nice move, nice drive, and a well-needed 2 right there. And Tigers put on pressure. Vikings beat it. They go to Moore in the paint. She's going to move it back out to the head of the key. 34 seconds left in the first period. Tigers down by 2. Weatherly goes into the right corner on the left side out of Ray. Ray, check, that's Logan. Logan has the ball batted away. Davis gets the steal, tries to pass it up to Barrier, but it's going to be stolen at midcourt with 12 seconds. Fayette Academy may get the last shot here. Here's a long 3 right at 4 seconds. The rebound's taken down by Gamble. Gamble will not get a shot off. I don't think that's the end of the first period. And it's 13-11. The Tigers trail by 2. We got 3 more quarters coming your way, so stay with us here on K93. We'll be back in 1 minute. Fayette Academy brings it inbounds as a steal. Hardin comes up with it to Davis down in the corner. Here's a 3. It's up and good by Barrier. Barrier drains one from the deep corner on the left side. And here come the Vikings down the floor and going up for an easy layup as she got out in front of the defense and scored. Now it's a 17-15 game in case you've lost count. With the Tigers Tigers up by 2. Here's a 3 on the right side, and Gamble gets in the 3-point business here. She hits the 3, and it's 19-15. Tigers up by 4. Driving and a shot up and good. They catch more again down on the low post. We've got to stop that.
Well, we're not getting back. That's the thing.
And Harville and Gamble play catch, beating the press, and it's going to be stolen, but knocked out of bounds there by Ray, Logan rather, and it will be Tiger basketball with 6:03 left to go in the second period. Hardin County up 19-17. Attempted pass inbound is going to be batted away by the Vikings, and finally they'll give it back to the Tigers, and it will be Gamble's ball in the backcourt. She comes across with Harville, getting some information from Brandon Kirk. Now Harville stops at the high post, goes to Hardin. They're both kind of shading the right side now. Harville. And that's Barrier now to Hardin. Gamble's over in the deep corner waiting for a pass for a three-point shot, but they can't get it to her in time. So the Tigers still work the perimeter. As Fayette Academy in the man-to-man, and they're playing it rather loose. Gamble gets it on the left side of the lane, goes down, passes it outside to Harville. Harville drives in, goes underneath to Davis. Davis gets a layup, but give half of that one to Harville. As Ashton Davis picked up two, but on a quick bounce pass from Harville, it's 21-17. Tigers up by 4. Outlet pass down the floor they go. This time they missed the layup. They beat us down there, but didn't hit the shot. Tigers get the rebound. They're back on the offensive end. Hardin on the right side, Gamble for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound taken down by Moore. And the Tigers drop back on defense. They're playing man-to-man as well. Moore drives down, halfway down the post. Here's a three-point shot launched on the left wing, and Abby Ray is going to get 3. And that cuts the Tigers lead to 1. And we almost had it stolen away on the half-court pressure. Finally, it's going to be Davis's ball. Now there's a shot on and underneath. It's off, no good. Rebounds Moore. And that was Harville who had it, not Davis. And now Fayette Academy bringing it back across the line. 3:49 left to go, second period. Tigers up 21-20. On the left side, they go under to Ray. Ray throws it through the hands of Weatherly. It's going to be a loose ball picked up by Gamble. Long down court pass. Gamble has it in the corner for 3. That was Barrier.
That's her third.
And the Tigers jump up to a 4-point lead here with 3:20 left to go. They come down the floor. The shot's up and no good by Moore, but a whistle and a foul is going to be called. This is going to be on Hardin. That's her first. Haven't been many fouls called tonight. Right now, a total of 3, and all of them against the Tigers. 3:15 left to go in the half. 24-20. This game's flying by. Moore on the line shooting 2. First shot's good. Into the game comes Clara Callahan. In comes Riley Strickland. In comes Mackenzie Stanfield. And second free throw's up and good. She hits both of them. And it's 24-22 now. Tigers up by a pair. Hardin and Barrier, the only 2 starters left on the floor following those substitutions. Here's a long 3. It's up and no good by Hardin. It's going to be out of bounds, untouched. And the Lady Vikings will take it out in the backcourt. Georgia Weatherly inbounds. Now there's a whistle and a foul. It's going to be called. This is going to be on Stanfield. That's her first, team's 4th, and they've got 2 fouls that are assessed against the Vikings. Down the floor they go to Moore. Moore left alone again, and she's pushed from behind after she hits the shot, and Callahan picks up the foul. That's going to put Moore on the line to shoot for the three-point play.
Well, she let her get behind her, and then she compounded it by pushing her in the back. And so we got to get back. That's what they're doing. Yeah, they're just absolutely
air-mailing passes beyond our perimeter. And so the shot's good. It's now 25-24. Tigers cough up the lead. They're at trail by 1 now. Working with it is Strickland. She'll go and try to pass it down on the baseline to Stanfield. Stanfield's going to be tied up in the lane, and a jump ball is going to be called. That will be given to the Tigers. Callahan steps out. So does Strickland. Into the game is Harville and Davis back in. 2:33 left now in the second. Tigers trail by 1. On the left side, Burnett has come in for the Lady Vikings. Now they go to Moore. Moore goes in the lane. She drives in, misses a shot, got her own rebound, puts up the follow, and is going to be hacked in the process. That's going to be on Davis, her second. To the line goes Moore. First shot's up. She's got 15 right now, 9 in this quarter. Got the second shot as well. So it's 27-24. Tigers down by 3 with 2 minutes and change left to go. Hardin goes on the left wing, the barrier. Now underneath the Callahan. Callahan drives, puts up a slanting layup that's off no good. Rebound fought for and changed hands a couple of times, and now the Lady Vikings will head the other way with possession of the basketball. 1:52 remaining. Moore drives down, gets in the lane, goes up for the shot. She's going to be fouled, but the shot did not go, so she'll have to earn 2 from the free throw line. That'll be the second foul on Callahan. To the line goes Emmy Moore, and she's hit 6 free throws already this quarter. And now she's hit 8. She's got 19 points, and the Tigers trail by 5. Cold spot going in this quarter. There's a driving layup that's by Harville. It's off no good. Caught the side of the backboard, and Fayette Academy with the rebound. They're running with it to get it to the other end of the floor to Ray. Ray left side crosses, goes in the corner. We kind of gave Thurton a shot from the corner, and she didn't take it. Now she drives in the lane, puts up the shot. It's off no good, but she's going to go to the free throw line, and that's going to be the 3rd foul on Callahan.
Well,
she's picking them up quick.
Yeah, she fouled out Friday real quick in that game.
All right.
We need her down low. I mean, she's...
Katie Atkins is pulling off her sweat. She's coming into the game. First shot is off and no good by Thurton. 29-24. Second shot, in and out, no good. Rebound put up and in by Moore. She's killing us.
She just got position on Atkins, and that's easy for her.
So Tigers come down the floor. Here's a 3 off the right side. It's up and good. As Stanfield is going to knock down a 3 from the right side. That's McKenzie. And now Fayette Academy comes down the floor. They set up on the left side of the circle, try to work it into Moore, finally get it in the lane to where she backs out to the head of the key. 39 seconds to the half. Tigers down by 4. Need a steal in the bucket right here. Weatherly on the left side. Dribbles to the right, goes back out to Moore. Moore over to Thurton. Thurton with a shot with 25 seconds left off, no good. Harville comes up with the rebound. She's down the floor, behind the back dribble, into the full court. 13 seconds. Tigers setting up for 1 here. In the corner they go to Stanfield. McKenzie with it there. Now to Hardin. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Harville will put one up at the buzzer. It's going to be short, no good. And that is the end of the first half of play. And I don't know how much time it took. We did it in 26 minutes, I guess. It's a 31-27 lead now for Fayette Academy. And the Tigers are going to go into the locker room and figure out some strategy for the second half.
Well, we shot the ball well. That's a good sign because that continued from the first half the other night, except this time Bailey hit a couple of threes, and then Neely Barrier shot the ball well. But you can tell the difference with Reese in the game. They have a little bit of air of confidence when she's there. That's somebody that they can look to and go to. You know, if they get in trouble, she's made her presence underneath. She's had some really good assists inside and some defensive plays. That's her specialty anyway, is on the defensive side. So a really good first half. And Fayette Academy, Coach Kurt was right. They're a good basketball team. And we just got to come out and just continue doing what we're doing.
Well, looking at the scoring, we're going to do something about Emmy Moore. She's got 21.
Well, she's had a lot of easy baskets underneath that we're pressing, and that's great. But if you can't get back,
got to be able to protect the basket even when you press.
They had a lot of 2-on-1s on us down here. I can recall at least 6 points of just 2-on-1 basketball.
Yeah, but there are not many high school teams that can throw a full court pass like they have and connect like they have in this first half. I mean, they must have hit her on the fly pattern at least 5 times in the first half, and that's tough enough to do on a football field, especially on a basketball court.
Well, that's probably what they tell her to do. Once a basket's made or they go into press, once you get it in, she takes off, and they got somebody can hit it to her.
She runs under it. All right, 31-27 halftime score. Lady Tigers trailing by 4 measly little points that they will recover early in the third. I'm betting. So we'll take a word for our sponsors here, and we'll come back with more action here at Michaela Welch Gymnasium after we return from this. All right, halftime here. The first game tonight is the Lady Tigers are trailing the Fayette Academy Vikings 31-27 at halftime, and as we said, it's been sort of a game of a chase up and down the floor with both teams trying to beat pressure defenses, and right now it appears that the Lady Vikings are doing a little bit better than we are, but only to the tune of a 4-point lead. Running down the scoring for Fayette Academy is pretty easy. Emmy Moore scored 21 points in the first half. Of the 31 that they scored, she scored all but 10. Also scoring for Fayette Academy is Georgia Weatherly with 5, Abby Ray with 3, and Addison McNabb with 2. As I said, it's pretty easy. For the Lady Tigers, the leading scorer right now is Neely Barrier with 9. She got hot with from the 3-point circle, and that's followed by several players down the line. Ashton Davis has 6. Bailey Gamble has 5. Reese Harville has 4. And Mackenzie Stanfield added a 3 off the bench in the second period. So that sort of rounds out the scoring for both teams. I think that we're probably going to see some effort to try to throttle more as we begin this third period.
Yeah, you would think so. And, Claire has 3 fouls. And then when you get past her, you kind of get into Atkins. She doesn't have a whole lot of experience. She played some last year, but not a whole lot of experience. And then so it kind of makes it hard on your defense down underneath. But, the girl you're talking about, she's tall and she knows how to play. She gets in there and battles and gets rebounds. But we got to continue to shoot the ball well outside. We need Bailey to remain hot. We need Neely to remain hot, and maybe get Reese and Haley Hardin going. Haley's struggled last couple of games. She can shoot it once she gets fired on all cylinders. She's a streaky shooter. She can pump in 3 or 4 threes, and you never know. But down 4, not a bad place to be at halftime, and we'll just see how we come out. Now, last week at Dyer County, third quarter was our bugaboo. We struggled and turned the ball over a lot. I don't see that happening tonight, especially with Reese out there and giving some added support, good senior leadership. And like I said, it's good to see her back out there, and I can tell that things are a little bit different with her on the floor.
Let's take another quick commercial break before halftime. Lady Tigers trailing 31-27 at the hands of Fayette Academy. We'll be back after these words. third period of play. We'll try to recover these 4 points as soon as possible. They go to Harville. Harville on the left side. Three-pointer put up by Berry. It's off no good. Rebound taken down by Moore. And Fayette Academy back on the offensive end now. There's a collision. Harville's going to run into Weatherly, who had it. And Harville will pick up her first foul of the game. She just kind of chest bumped her. And Burnett has it for the Vikings. Now they're working on into the corner right side of Ray. Long cross-court pass to Burnett. Burnett will not take the three from almost off the court. And goes to Tucker. And a pass over on the right side. It's off, and then a pass down in the corner. They attempted to get it in the deep corner left side, and Harville will come up with it. And she's on the offensive end dribbling. Goes in the lane. Tries to bank one in. Goes a little bit too hard. It's going to be taken down by Moore. And the Vikings back on the attack offensively. Moore with it, head of the key. Sets a pick on Gamble. Now with it is Burnett. Cross court. Now to Moore underneath. Low post. She's in the lane. Almost got a 3-second call, but got it out to Burnett in time. Now driving and putting up a shot is Thornton. It's off no good. Rebound Davis. Davis to Hardin. Hardin working down the floor. She got an open lane to the basket. Scores. Hardin adeptly picked up that lane to the bucket. Laid it off with the left hand, and it's a 2-point game now. Long pass. They go down. Now going up for the shot is Ray. She got the quick pass from Moore on the left side over to the right, and the result is another Fayette County bucket. 33-29 now, 4 points. Still the spread with 5:47 left to go. Harville lobs it underneath to Davis. Davis tries to go up with the shot. She has it batted away. She was stymied right underneath the bucket. Couldn't do much, and it was knocked out of bounds. Touched last by the Vikings. Give it to the Lady Tigers. Low post on the left side of the lane. Inbound. They go to Harville. Harville shot just won't go, but she's going to get to go to the free throw line. And that's going to be on Thornton, her third. And to the line goes Harville. Her first free throw of the night's up and good. She has 4. She has 5 now, and will go for 6. She got them. So we're back to a 2-point Fayette County lead, or Fayette Academy lead. Across the timeline comes Moore dribbling. Check that. That's Weatherly. Now to Moore. Moore on the left side. To Thornton. To Moore. High post on the free throw line. Now spreading a double team and going in. Thornton and missed it. Rebound taken down by Gamble. Gamble to Harville. Harville. Now to Gamble on the right side to Hardin. She stops, puts up a 3 off the back rim. Fight for the rebound. And coming up with his barrier. Barrier's banker won't go. And that is Davis with the follow. It didn't go either. Now Fayette Academy's back on the floor. Put up a 3-pointer on the left side. It's off no good. Coming up with his barrier. Barrier has it batted out of bounds as she tried to go with a long down court pass to Gamble. And it will be Tiger basketball in the backcourt. 4:40 left to go. In the third period, they trail 33-31. Ashton Davis with it at the free throw line. Hands it off, and going in for a layup is Hardin, but it won't go. Rebound taken down by Moore. Moore over to Weatherly. Down in the corner. Back to Moore. Moore goes in, puts up a jumper.
Well planned at that time.
From about 4 feet away, and it was nothing but net. All right, 4 points the lead once again, 35-31 now. Halfway through the third period. Now it appears that Fayette Academy is in the 2-3 zone. Tigers working around the perimeter. Hardin had it. Now Gamble, now back to Hardin, who's moving out toward mid-court. Harville has it now. To Hardin on the right side. 3:44 left to go in the third. Fayette Academy at 45-31 is Gamble got trapped in the corner, finally got it loose and got it back. Now goes into the lane with it, and she tries to get it to Davis, and Davis can't get a handle on it, but it's going to be touched last by Fayette Academy, and the Tigers will get the ball out of bounds on the right side of the lane this time. And Gamble will be inbounding. Goes over as a shot by Barrier. It's off, no good. Rebound taken down by the Vikings. As they come down the floor, they go to Moore. Now to Weatherly. Now to Ray on the left side. Ray chest pass on the right side of Weatherly. Cross court is a long three. It's going to be up and good. My, she could have seeded rain with that one. And that was Burnett who put up that three. And that hurt. 2:53 left to go in the third. Tigers now down by 7. Harville trying to find a crease in this 2-3 zone. So far, we haven't been that successful at it. Barrier comes outside. She's on the right wing. Left side to Gamble. Now, to Harville, baseline jumper. Caught the rim, came back out, won't go. But a whistle and a foul is going to be called. That's going to be on Burnett. Camille Burnett. I may have that first name wrong. To the line goes Harville. First shot, short. So Reese with 6 points now. Misses the free throw, but cans the second one. 6 points the lead now. 2:31 remaining in the third period. Weatherly on the left side to Moore. And driving in the lane, and I hope she gets called for a charge, and then she did. Burnett is going to get the charge. And the Tigers will take it in the backcourt, trailing by 6 with 2:21 left to go in the third. Harville on the right side now to Stanford, who's checked in. Now a ball batted out of bounds, and it will be Tigers ball side court right in front of the parent stands, I like to call it. On the now the steal on the inbounds pass, and Weatherly had it. Thought she was going to keep it, but dribbled on the line. Tigers got away with one there. Now with it on the right side is Stanfield. She tries to force it into Davis, and it's going to be stolen away by Moore, but Moore got out in front of herself, and it's loose ball is going to be picked up by the Tigers. And they're back down the floor. Harville in the circle. Dishes it out. And now a three-pointer put up and good by Mackenzie Stanfield.
Well, she's really given us some good minutes the last couple of games.
So now it's a three-point. That cuts the lead to 3. Moore in the circle for the Vikings. Kicks it out. Long 3. It's off and no good. Rebound. Fayette Academy. With it now is Logan. Logan across the lane, tries to catch it to Ray on the left side, but throws it into the
She actually got charged with a foul, charging foul. She hit Harville on the way down.
Did they call that foul? I didn't see them call it.
They did.
Okay. Well, give it to the Tigers in the backcourt. 1:16 left to go. They go to Barry on the left, and now there's a steal out outside the three-point circle, and coming up with is Weatherly. Weatherly will dribble it down for the Vikings. 3 points to the lead. This is going to go down to the wire. They We go to Moore at the free throw line. She puts it up, missed it, got her own rebound, retreated into the right corner. Now underneath to Logan. Logan tries a layup, missed it. Rebound taken down by Hardin. Good defensive play by Haley Hardin. And the Tigers come back down with 39 seconds left to go in the quarter. Harville drives in, giving a path to the basket. She lays it up and in.
Good move. That's her deal right there. Just strong to the basket.
Hitting that little bank shot. It's a 1-point game. 25 seconds left to go. Now they go to Weatherly in the corner. Back outside now to Burnett. To Moore. Underneath. Moore puts up a shot.
Foul.
No good, but Harville's going to get called for a foul.
She had her hand on the ball, all ball, and got hit with it. I'll tell you what this game is going to come down to in the fourth is hadn't had a whole lot of substitutions, so this is going to come down to who's in the best shape.
Stamina,
yeah,
no question.
I don't know that we've even maybe substituted once.
Moore,
Bailey's on the floor. I'm not on the floor.
Moore's going to hit 1 out of 2. I'm trying to listen to you do this too. 5 seconds. Tigers down by 2. Harville, better hurry. Gets a shot off right at the buzzer. It's off, no good. And that'll end the third period. As I said, Fayette Academy up by 2 points. We'll take a 60-second pause here and come back for quarter number 4. Stay with us here on K93. Hope you enjoyed today's, what you might call inclement weather today. It's like a heat wave came through. Went out this morning, I had my hoodie on, just thinking it's going to be cold like, yesterday, and one thing came off in a hurry.
Yeah, I got out. When I went to work, it was 73 or 74 degrees this morning.
Going to be a warm trend for the next 8 or 9 days, so I guess we need to enjoy it. The rain, of course, we've needed it, but I think we've got enough.
Yeah, we've had enough now. We need some sunshine at 73 is all we need now.
Down the floor goes Weatherly following the beginning of the fourth period. She takes it into the paint, puts up the shot, missed it. Rebound battled out. Weatherly comes up with it, gets it out and out underneath, and a floating jumper there. It's off, but no good by Moore, and the Tigers finally get the rebound. As Harville goes down, gets at the block on the left side and tried to bounce past it in the corner to Hardin, and it's going to be batted out of bounds by the Vikings. Give it to Barrier on the left side. Now to Harville. Harville goes through. He's giving that path to the basket. She scores, and she's fouled. It's like me, you can't see through that hair. The foul's on Weatherly, and he couldn't see because of her ponytail. He had to move her ponytail to tell who the foul was on. So Harville gets 2 and 1 more to boot. And it is now a 1-point Tiger lead. So, Fayette Academy down the floor with it. With Moore ahead of the key. 7:15 left to go in the game. Moore has it, head of the key. Now, over down to Thornton in the corner to Ray. Back across court. Now with it is Burnett. To Weatherly. And there's a attempted steal by Harville. at the head, and as the bounce pass came over to Moore, and it's going to be a hell ball.
Yep.
Harville ends up with a turnover there, giving the Tigers the basketball. Good defensive play. She didn't look like she was hampered by that hamstring there. Davis, free throw lane, on the line rather, goes down the lane, goes up with a shot, it's off, no good. And they're saying it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Fayette Academy.
They actually got her with a walk before she even got to the basket.
Well, you're saying these signals a lot better than I am, and I don't know what the deal is. I'm going to have to give you a pill or something. With the basketball
I'm a lot younger.
on the right side of the other way. You didn't have to bring that up. They get it over, and I believe Ms. Moore goes inside on the left side and misses a shot, but she's fouled. And the foul's going to be on Barrier.
She's good on either side. She's got a good right hand and a good left hand too. She can take it up with either one. She's a difference in the game tonight.
Yeah, no question, with 25 points now. She hit the first free throw and hit the second one too. So it's now a 1-point Fayette Academy lead. Working with it now on the right side. You know what I noticed just a minute ago? There has not been a single timeout called in this game.
No, and that's one of the things that both coaches are going to have to decide when they want to take them and give them a break and substitute too.
Barry on the left to Hardin. Now back around to Gamble on the right side. We'll switch our rules. Harville rather comes out center court. Lobs underneath to Davis, throws it right into the hands of Moore. Moore is on the race to the other end of the floor. Now to Weatherly. Picking it up is Burnett. Burnett drives down to the low post on the right side. Instead of taking a shot, took it out on the left wing. Now it's been around to Moore. Back to Thornton. Thornton back to Moore. Way out on the right side. Now to Burnett. Weatherly has it. Long pass cross court in a dangerous pass, but they get away with it. Burnett works against Barry there in the corner. Here's a three-pointer off the left side. It's off, no good. They're going to say it's, I thought perhaps Hardin had touched it, but she obviously didn't because it went out of bounds, and they're going to give it to the Tigers. With 5:06 left in the game, Hardin County trails by 1, 41-40. And now they go to Gamble on the right wing. In the corner now to Barrier. Barrier out to Hardin in the circle. Or rather that's Davis. Now on the left side to Hardin. Around the Barrier. Barrier dribbles to the right side. And they're going to call her for carrying the ball. 4:35 left to go. Tigers down by 1. As a Fayette Academy works it down on the right side, and with it is Ray. Now to Moore underneath to Ray, who kicks it out in the deep corner on the left side. Her three-point shot's off, no good. Gamble comes up with the rebound, and the Viking coach wanted a held ball call but didn't get it. Tigers have it, and they're moving into the full court. Harville lost it momentarily, got it back, got it over to Hardin on the left side. Hardin dribbles. Goes down, working against Burnett. Finally gets the roll, takes it underneath on the left side, and Hardin is going to pick up her 6th point tonight. And the Tigers lead by 1 now. 3:38 to go. There's a three-point shot off the left wing by Burnett. It's off, no good. Rebound, Davis. Ashton Davis done a good job on the boards tonight. Hardin, or Harville rather, now to Barrier. To Gamble on the right wing. 3:15. Harville to Hardin in the corner for 3 off the back rim. No, rebound taken down by the Vikings. And that was Thornton with the rebound. On the right side, they work it now to Moore. Moore drives in, gets the 4-foot jumper.
Oh man!
Looked like a clean block to me, but they're going to call Harville for a blocking foul.
Well, she actually lost the ball as she was going back, fixing to shoot, but might have got her with her body.
And Moore on the line again. She's got 27 right now. And she hit 2 in a row. She's got 28. The Tigers trail by 1. 2:49 left to go here in the fourth and final period of this game. Unless we go to overtime. Harville inside the circle. Pushes it back outside to Hardin. Hardin drives in, finds Davis alone underneath. She scores.
Good look.
Nice play. Beautiful feed underneath, and Davis gets the points. It's now a 1-point Tiger lead with 2:24. I can't tell you how many times this score has changed hands, or lead's changed hands. Moore gets a loose path to the basket, misses a shot though. Rebound's picked up by the Vikings though. They'll put up another shot. It's no good. Moore gets the rebound, gets this one to follow.
She just keeps on, and we can't stop her.
And we come to our first timeout in the game. Timeout Vikings with 2:06 left to go, 45-44, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. .06 left to go in the fourth period. Right now, Fayette Academy up 45-44. Tigers have it in the backcourt, though. They want to do something about that on this trip down. Gambles or Barriers inbound goes to Harville. Harville drives across the lane, kicks it out to Gamble on the left side. She stops, puts up about a 12-foot jump shot. No good. Rebound taken down by Burnett. Now they get it over to Weatherly. To Moore, who's come out to the top of the key. With it now, it's Burnett. Right side. Passing down on the low post. It's off. There's a kick-out pass in the corner. Now back out front. 1:25 left in the game. Tigers have got to do something. The pressure's on them to get at least one more point. They go to Moore. Moore drives in, goes up, puts the shot up. I'm going to think they're going to, no, they're going to say it's good. Moore took it to the basket.
That's racist. Is that 3 or 4? Right? They said 3, I think.
I'm sure
Hardin County wants to.
I'm sure for that. Timeout on the floor. Timeout Hardin County with 1:16 remaining. Tigers trail 47-44. We'll be back in 1 minute. Steve just brought up that we look a little bit tired. We've had 5 players, maybe 6 players play extensive time tonight, and they're dragging a little bit. Moore's on the line. And she hit the three-point play. And it's 48 to 44 now. 1:10 left to go.
We got to get a basket here on this trip.
Tigers working on the perimeter. They get it to Barrier, head of the key. Now to Gamble, who's come around. To Harville on the dribble. Under a minute. 56 seconds left. They pass it in the corner. Barrier for three, won't go. Rebound, taken down, and controlled by the Tigers, Gamble.
Yeah.
And finally, a loose ball is going to be batted around. Gamble tried to save it. She did save it in, but she saved it into the hands of the Vikings. 33 seconds remaining.
Man,
we
needed a basket on that one and turned it over. Reese she was going to the basket. Moore came over, so she tried to kick it out for the three, and Bailey just wasn't ready. And
they called a foul on Ramsey, or rather on Barrier.
Yeah, we're trying to get to the line.
Now another quick foul call. And I believe it's on Barrier too.
We just had too many trips here in the last 3 or 4 minutes that came up empty.
Now Moore's attempt on the 1-and-1's off, no good. Tigers have a shot here. They're down by 4. Yeah, 26 seconds. Harville
got to go.
In the circle, drives down, goes under, lays it up and in.
Timeout.
And I bet there's a quick timeout, and there he is. Stopping the clock with 18 seconds. Harville scores and cuts the lead now to 2 with 18 seconds. The Tigers are going to have to put on some heavy Major League defense when we come back after this 30-second pause. All right, 18 seconds is all we have left on this clock. And the Tigers are down by 2.
Watch it run.
Obviously, full court man-to-man pressure. No, it's trapped.
Down here by
now they got it. It's a steal by Gamble in the corner. Oh, she kicked it out.
Wouldn't have mattered if they could have looked up. I mean, they had a girl wide open. Nobody within a mile.
Ray.
Here she goes again.
Inbounds to Moore. Now there's a whistle and a quick foul called on Gamble. No damage foul-wise, but it is going to put Moore on the line. Shooting 1-and-1. She missed the last attempt at that.
Get out of there.
First one falls.
Well, somebody better block her out because she's following her shot.
Yeah, she almost got it last time off of it. All right, now it's a three-point game. 14.2 seconds remaining. Moore, second shot. It's up and good. She hit them both.
Got to hurry.
And the Tigers. Harville down the floor. Drives down, goes up in the quarter to Davis. Davis is all alone, but she will be fouled with 7.8 seconds remaining.
They didn't want that. Fayette Academy's coach is going, what are we doing?
Foul's going to be on Ray. And on the line is Ashton Davis to shoot 2.
Yeah, you got to hit this one. It's over.
And she missed it. Tigers down by 4, 7.8. Hope's dwindling. Now there's timeout on the floor. Timeout Hardin County. 7.8 seconds remaining. 50-46. Fayette Academy will be back in 30 seconds. Ashton Davis on the line with the second half of a two-shot penalty to go here. She can cut it to 3 here. And a steal and a quick three. You never know what can happen. She missed it.
That's a game.
And inbound's going to be a quick foul as Barrier is going to bump Burnett. And with let's say 5.5 seconds left in the game. This one is just about in the book.
Moore coming out. She's had a heck of a game.
Moore given standing ovation by Viking fans here. She's had 35 tonight. That's good night's work for anybody.
I'd say when the rest of them had 15.
So the Tigers, she missed the free throw down the floor. Harville throws one up at the buzzer. It's off, and that's going to be the final score, 50-46. The Tigers fall here at the hands of Amy Moore and company.
Well, listen, this is a confidence booster here because that's a good basketball team with good players and more of what our district's going to be like. And we come out here and fought. We made some baskets. Really the killer was the last 3.5, 4 minutes where we had some empty trips down the floor and just couldn't get a basket. But other than that, I mean, they had a girl Moore, 35 of their 50 points.
Yeah, that's her number too. So 35 is a little wild tonight, and it led to the downfall of the Tigers as they fall 50-46. I think if you look back in the first half, those runaway layups that they got on those long passes that we didn't adjust to in time, I think told the story. They scored points they probably shouldn't have been able to score at that point. Well, and you don't know until you have to deal with it, but it looked like they were running plays out of a huddle the way they were hitting them far down the floor, and fingertip catches, and they're laying them up. It's hard to plan on defending that.
Well, you got to get as deep as the deepest person on the floor, and you saw there toward the end, I was saying, get back. We let her go right down the floor, and we got our eyes fixated on the ball, and they just didn't find it, but they did all night long. And what they would do, as soon as they got it inbounded on the press, somebody would break, and they had the arm strength to get it down the floor and for a couple of easy baskets. But it's a learning experience. But listen, this was good. This was a good game, and the Lady Tigers played well. I mean, they just, you miss shots sometimes, and they made them when they had to, and we did.
Yeah. When's the last time you tried to throw a basketball all the way down the floor like that?
I would be rolling around with my arm.
I couldn't get it to half court. That little girl hit that three-quarter court shot the other day. There's no way I could get that ball that far down the court, much less get it to go in. So it's fun to watch, though. These kids can do a lot of things that we never could do when we were their age. So now that we're up in age, we certainly can do it. But that's the final score. The Lady Tigers fall 50-46, but don't forget there's boys action coming right down your pike here in just a few minutes, so stay with us here on K93. We'll take this pause. We'll be right back. All right, we're between games here at McCallie Bush Gymnasium. Bill Sharp along with Steve Carnell broadcasting from the Steve Smith Press Box. Here in beautiful downtown Savannah, Tennessee, as Lady Tigers fall by 4 in the early game tonight, and we've got boys action headed your way. Looking at the schedule, we've got Adamsville coming here on Friday night, December the 9th, and Central Alabama will be traveling down there on the 16th. We have a full week off between the 9th and the 16th, and then Scotts Hill at home on the 19th. And Dyer County making a return trip on the 20th. And finally, December 22nd, almost Christmas Eve there, we're going to Corinth. So a lot of basketball still left in this semester, and enjoying every bit of it. I'd like to see the Tigers get a few more W's here, but as we said earlier, this is just preliminary for the district that's coming in February. So.
Yeah, they're just trying to get to February and be hitting on all cylinders. You know, it's kind of scary if your team is really firing early, and then because you know that lull's coming at some point. You hope it's in the middle of the season more so and then the latter. But if you want them firing, you want them firing late, and that's what they're trying to get to. And they're trying to figure out what 5, 6, 7 kids, however deep they want to go, usually 7. Sometimes 8, who's going to be able to help them when district play comes around, and they'll settle in. Right now you see a lot of kids getting a lot of playing time, and really an audition too of who they're going to really go with when it comes district time. This Tiger team, they really got to answer a lot of questions tonight after what happened on Friday night against a really good Dyer County team. From the looks of Fayette Academy, and I'm just going on the eye test, they don't look anything like what we saw Friday for sure, but you never know. They might sit out there and shoot the lights out of it.
Well, I came in the gym tonight while the girls were warming up, and I could tell that just from their form and from the shots they were taking and the three-pointers that they were just burying time and time again, that they were a high-quality basketball team. I don't see that with these guys, but like you said, you never can.
You never can tell.
As a matter of fact, their girls look bigger.
Yeah, they actually did.
And their boys
looked like they had more size. So, but I think Coach Guyer tonight would. I don't know that he's too worried about who he's playing as much as seeing his team execute, run what offense they want to run good defense, and start hitting some threes. We've really struggled outside. Wheelers had a tough time outside. Tanner Davis had 16 the other night in the first half, but I don't know that he scored in the second half. And then Jackson Burdine come in and got some work. We needed some help out front, and he kind of got introduced to what would be AAA basketball too as a freshman, and that's always kind of tough. McGee has just been steady, and that's what he is. He's steady. He gets his points, gets his rebounds. So they played well. They just need to shoot the basketball the way they can shoot the basketball, and we really need Wheeler to get that 18, 20 points a night. That make a huge difference.
Sounds good to me. We'll take another pause here for a word from our sponsors. We'll come back with the tip-off for the second game tonight. Stay with us here on K93. We were just looking at the crowd, and it's not a bad crowd for a midweek game. And raining outside, it always puts a damper on things. But as you said so adept the other day, we play indoors.
Smart. Well, I said that Saturday. I said, coaches, I said we had our first rain out Tuesday that I've ever been involved in basketball. So
starting lineups being announced here for the Vikings. First off is Miles Dawkins, Grant Armour will also be starting. Corbin Bowling. Then Brady Orr, and never can get that last guy before those lights go out. So we'll have to wait to tell you who the fifth starter is. And Tigers, Taylor Couch being introduced as usual. Next coming out is Duke Samples, who will be starting for the Tigers. Then Wheeler Wilkes, J.T. Smith, and Tanner Davis, Caleb McGee. So, those are your starters. As the Vikings will be going in black uniforms with red numerals. And Cole Kirkland is the player that I didn't see. Tap's going to be controlled by the Vikings. There's a pass down in the corner on the right side. Back out into the paint is Dawkins, or rather Armour. Now over to Abernathy. That's right. I think that's right. Grant Armour with the basketball, working outside. Tigers in a 2-3 zone, it appears. With it now is Bowling. Over and driving up for a shot to Armour. It's off, no good. Tapped away there from McGee. Picked up by Fayette Academy, and go up for a shot. It's not good, but a foul is going to be called on J.T. Smith. That'll be his first. And the inbounds pass is going to be, shot's going to be blocked by McGee. Loose ball picked up by Wilkes. Wilkes over to J.T. Smith. Down the floor the Tigers go. They'll pass over, try to dump it down to McGee underneath. McGee finally gets the shot off, no good. Got his own rebound, stuck it up and in. Tigers go on full court pressure. Across the timeline goes Orr. Brady Orr. He's picked up there by Davis. Now they go back to Orr, back over to Kirkland. Kirkland across the lane, and there's a whistle and a charging foul assessed against Kirkland. And to the line, or rather on the backcourt, J.T. Smith will bring it down. Goes over to Wilkes on the right side, now across to Tanner Davis on the left. In the paint, Samples had it. Now out, and a three-pointer put up and good by Davis. Davis hit one, a turn on the left side. The Tigers lead 5-0. Full court pressure applied, and Dawkins is able to get it across the timeline. Now to Bowling. Bowling goes in the paint. Tries to bounce pass it down on the baseline. It's picked up now outside. A three-pointer put up and no good by Dawkins. Rebound taken down by Davis. Tanner Davis down the floor. J.T. Smith on the right wing. Loose ball. Finally gets it over now to Samples. Tigers set up shop now at the head of the key. J.T. Smith stops. Over now to Wilkes for three. Julio Wilkes and Tanner Davis both putting on a show here. Early, 8-0. Tigers take the early lead. Across the timeline comes Armour. Now to Dawkins, who's in the circle. Loose ball. Finally picks it up himself. At the head of the key, goes over to Bowling. Bowling in the lane, drives, puts the shot up, no good. Rebound McGee. McGee kicks it out now to Davis. Davis down the floor, goes to Wilkes in the corner, back to Davis for three. Tried to bank it, missed it. Rebound picked up by the Vikings. They go down for the fast break and they blow the layup. A whistle and a foul call on the rebound. And there's timeout on the floor. Timeout Vikings, 4:51 left to go in the first. Tigers up 8-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. So the Tigers jump out 8-0 here in the first quarter, and just a little over 3 minutes played, and they have the basketball to boot. J.T. Smith across the timeline, goes on the left wing now to Davis, right side. It's to Wilkes, back to Smith. Davis, Smith now on the left wing. McGee moves out in the corner on the left side. Back outside now, Davis. Sample back outside to Wilkes and Davis. Now underneath. Reverse way up underneath. McGee scores. So it's 10-0. Brandon Abernathy in the game for, I'll take that back. That's Orr again. His number looks like a 0 for me. Here's a long three-pointer by Dawkins. It's off, no good. Rebound, Sample. Sample's over to Smith on the left side now to Wilkes. Smith looking out to Tanner Davis on the right wing to Samples. Now to Wilkes. Eyes the three, decides to go McGee down in the corner instead. J.T. Smith inside the circle. Pumps it outside to Wilkes, down in the corner to Davis for three. In and out, no good. Rebound, Wilkes. Tigers got almost complete control of the boards. J.T. Smith. Now to Wilkes for three. Catches the back rim, goes out of bounds. Off of the framework. Substitutions coming in, Irvin and Burdine, and also Garrett Smith checked in. Davis sits down, and let's see who else. Anyway, the Vikings come down the floor. Moving now is Armour. On the right side, he goes to Bowling. Back to Armour. Armour stops, kicks it out on the left side. Here's a three-point shot off, no good by Brady Orr. Rebound taken down by the Tigers. Burdine is going to dribble it down the floor for Hardin County. On the right side, they go to Smith. That's Garrett Smith. On the left side, to Wilkes. Back to Burdine, back to Wilkes. Eyes the three, instead goes to McGee in the corner on the left side. Wilkes comes back around, now they're out to Burdine. Burdine gets a pick from Irvin. Goes in, was going up for the shot. I think he thought he'd draw a foul there, but it went off of his fingertips out of bounds, and the Tigers are going to turn it over there. 2:18 left to go first, 10-0 Hardin County. Dribbling Abernathy. Long three-point shot is off, no good. Rebound, there's Burdine, he's running. He's got a 2-on-2 instead, backs it up, goes to Irvin. Tyler Irvin, the left side now. To Garrett Smith, back to Irvin. Or rather, it's Burdine now to Wilkes, who puts up a three. It's off the back rim. Rebounds picked up by Bowling for the Vikings, but he traveled with the basketball. Nathan Nesbitt checks into the game for the Tigers. And so does Ben Benson. Burdine catches Garrett Smith all alone underneath. He goes up for an easy deuce, and it's 12-0. Now down the floor they go to Kirkland. Kirkland trapped on the baseline, kicks it outside now to Armour. Where it is Bowling. Now to Orr. Drives in the lane. No-look pass goes out to Armour. His shot's no good. Rebound's taken down by Irving. He reaches to Burdine. Burdine and the Tigers down the floor. On the right side to Benson. Left side to Garrett Smith. Burdine tries to penetrate the lane, runs into trouble, coughs it up. Armour comes up with it. 52 seconds left to go in the first. It's 12-0. Tigers on top. On the outside is Armour. Drives in, tries to catch somebody underneath, and did. And the Vikings get on the scoreboard. And the shot is hit by Abernathy. The hardest time getting him to turn around. I can see his number. Across the timeline comes Burdine with 22 seconds. He's going to wait for the time to probably about 8 seconds away. They'll advance on the goal. 10 seconds. Burdine drives in the lane. 6-foot floater. It's off, no good. Rebound taken down. 5 seconds as the Vikings come down the floor, going down and putting up the shot and scoring right at the buzzer is Landon Abernathy. And he's going to hit the second bucket for them tonight. The clock expires. The first quarter comes to an end. Hardin County leads at 12-4. We'll be back in 1 minute. Tigers will have the basketball to begin the second period, and we're underway. J.T. Smith on the head of the key. Left side now to Davis. Davis picks up the dribble. Go right back to Smith. They're attempting to crack this 2-3 zone. Here's a pass out a booted. I think Davis just booted it and it's stolen away by the Vikings, and they're coming down the floor. Driving down the floor, putting up the shot is Bowling. He missed it. Rebound finally recovered there by McGee, and the Tigers are back down the floor. They go to Wilkes on the right side. Smith to Davis. They're not letting Davis have that three, and they're playing pretty close on Wilkes. Now to Smith. Way outside, about 5 feet outside the three-point circle. Tigers keeping the passes crisp and trying to find an opening in that deal. They finally do get it inside the Samples, but he kicks it right back out. 6:49 left with 4 minutes gone by here, and not much has happened. Davis. Is Smith around the Wilkes. Sample. Tigers finally get it into McGee back now, and now Sample for three. It's off no good from the deep corner. Fight for it, and the rebound's picked up by Orr in the corner. Out it passed, and here they come with Bowling. Chipping it underneath. A shot blocked. Kirkland goes up and has the shot blocked. And I think that was Sample on the block. It will be Viking basketball on the inline. Inbound pass taken by Orr. And now they're working way outside. Or around to Bowling. Now to Orr, Bowling. They were on the left wing, already on the right. Now there's a steal coming up with it. Samples. He drives down, tries to force it over to J.T. Smith, and it will be intercepted but lost by Grant Armour. Giving it to the Tigers. Side court in front of the Viking bench. Miles Dawkins checks in. J.T. Smith to Duke Samples. Back to J.T. Over to Davis. To Wilkes on the right side. He forces it into McGee. McGee has it stripped. Orr comes out with it. He's dribbling across the timeline. Not big as a minute. He's a tiny little guy. And now with it is Bowling. Bowling drives in, puts up a shot, tries to bank one on the left, missed it. McGee gets the rebound, gets it out to J.T. Smith. J.T. Smith drives down, goes up for the shot, missed it, but partially blocked, but there's a foul called and he will go to the line. And the foul is going to be on Orr, his second. Now J.T. Smith on the line shooting two with 5:14 left to go here in the first half of play. First shot is off, no good. Second shot, got it. So it's a 9-point Tiger lead, 13-4. Armour trying to beat the press, says now triple teamed at midcourt is Bowling. It's finally picked up, and Davis will take it to the glass and lay it up and in. Tanner Davis. A couple of other Tigers involved on that steal. Davis gets the points, however. And another miscue by the Vikings in the backcourt. This one's going to go out touched last by the Tigers. Armour inbounds it over to Orr. Now to Bowling in the corner, driving down underneath. They find it running in and getting a quick layup is Orr. That cuts the lead now to 9. Tigers come down the floor. They go to Wilkes on the left side. Here's Davis for three from way out. Samples had the rebound, but it got batted away, and it's out of bounds. Give it to Hardin County in the corner. 4:20 left to go in the half. Tigers up 15-6. So J.T. Smith inbounds it to Samples on the left side. They go to Davis. Back around now to Wilkes. Just going left to right, left to right. Around now is a pass underneath to McGee. Has a shot, doesn't take it. Instead goes underneath. Here's a driving reverse layup. It's off, no good by Samples. Follow, no good by McGee. Follow again, no good. Got the rebound, kicked it out to Smith. Tigers still have another shot at the basket on this trip down. They lead by 9. McGee in the corner. On the left, back out to Smith, the head of the key. Takes a couple of dribbles. Goes to Davis, right side. Now Wilkes has switched on the other side of the court. Now Smith, quick to samples at the free throw line. Back outside, here's Wilkes for three. Got it, boy. I mean, that thing swirled and then hit the backboard and came back down and in. So nice shot by Wilkes. 3:11 left here. It's 18-6. And now there's a whistle as substitution to come in. Irvin back in the game. Also, Garrett Smith back in the game. Back outside, J.T. Smith puts up a three. Back rim, long rebound. It's going to be taken by Armour. Armour goes down for the shot and missed it. Rebound taken down by Smith. J.T. out of pass to Garrett Smith. He's in the forecourt. Tanner Davis on the left wing. Now to Garrett Smith again. To JT, back out to Smith. To Davis. McGee. It gave him like a 12-foot shot. He wouldn't take it. Now there's a quickly to Smith. Smith back to McGee. McGee. Banks home. Banks one home there. And it's 20-6 now. Tigers by 14. Dawkins, 2:02 left to go here in the second. Armour. Out of Bowling, who's backed out almost to the center court line. Picked up there by Garrett Smith. Drives down about a 8-foot floating jumper. Nice shot by Bowling. And it's 20-8. Tigers work on the offensive end. They get it out to Irvin. Now outside, a long three-pointer off by Davis. No good. Rebound. I thought McGee had it batted away. Now they're going the other end and down in for the shot is going to be Orr. It's Bowling, rather. Now there's timeout on the floor. Timeout Vikings. 1:09 left to go in the half. Tigers lead 20-10. We'll be back in 30 seconds. So the Tigers now have doubled the score. And they lead 20-10 with 1:09 left to go in the half. Irvin inbounds to Burdine, who's checked back into the game. They go on the left side of Wilkes, who's checked back in. Also in is Carson Phillips. Here's a pass down on the low post to Phillips. Phillips falls to the floor but saves it, gets it over to Wilkes. Had the presence of mind of keeping his feet still on the floor and didn't travel. Tigers retain possession with 47 seconds left in the period. Here's a pass over to Phillips. Phillips turns, lays it off the glass. .22-10 now. Bowling across the timeline. 28 seconds, takes a three. This one won't go. Rebound, Tylen Irvin comes out with it. He's double teamed and fouled as he goes toward midcourt. He called the foul and didn't indicate who the foul was on. I guess they're not going to call it a foul. He was going to give it to the Tigers. So across the timeline goes Burdine with 11 seconds left. To Davis. Over now. And Wilkes has it momentarily. Now Now they're going to try to get it in. They got 5/10 of a second, and Phillips puts up a shot, hits the rim, but won't go. So that's the end of the first half of play. The Tigers take a 22-10 lead into the locker room, and we'll have to see what plans that the Vikings have in store to get back in this game.
Well, we got off to a 10-zip lead, and then went cold. I mean, absolutely cold, and that was in the first 4 minutes of the first quarter, and then since then we've scored 12 and let them really cut back into the lead.
In defense of that, however, we spent a lot of time passing on the perimeter.
Yeah.
I mean, we were literally working at least 10 or 12 passes before he shot, and you're not going to score many points that way.
No, we kind of had them, and lost our momentum, and could have really throttled them, put our foot on their throat, and that didn't happen, and let them kind of crawl back into the game. You know, like I said, it was 10-zip, and they only scored 10 in the first half, but since they scored that 10, we only scored 12, so they got back into the game.
Well, this is sort of the classic example of what I've been talking about this year is that we've got McGee under there. He's got height advantage over everybody on this team. Why not pick it up high inside and force him to foul him? And instead of shooting, he's passing it, kicking it out on the wing to try to get the three-point shot. He needs to go up for that shot, and whatever happens. And if he can't shoot free throws, then he needs to learn how to shoot free throws. But that's a big part of the offensive game that we don't seem to be taking advantage of.
And I know you want to play a lot of kids in a game like this, and I get all that. But kind of like in that girls' game, he had to go with his 5 or 6 most of the game and stay in that game. And, sometimes you might just want to leave your starters in there a little bit longer and just let them get some kind of
well, that's how you build wind and conditioning.
Yeah, kind of get some consistency and kind of get a feel for one another and things of that nature.
Well, I think you can run laps and you can run stairs in practice all the time, but it's different than when that clock is on and you're on the line. It's a different kind of conditioning, and that kind of pressure is something you don't learn by sitting on the bench half the game. You have to really get some time on the floor for that to start to materialize.
But we're up by 12.
Yeah, you can't argue with that. 22-10 halftime score. Tigers on top. Lady Tigers followed by 4 earlier tonight, 50-46. And we'll take a pause here for a word from our sponsors, and we'll come back with more here from Michaela Welsh Gymnasium after this. It's halftime of the second game of the night as the Hardin County Tigers are now up 22-10 over the Fayette Academy Vikings here in McCaleb Welch Gymnasium. Bill Sharp along with Steve Carnell, hoping you're enjoying tonight's broadcast, and we'll remind you that the Lady Tigers did fall 50-46 for the Lady Vikings earlier tonight. Let's real quickly run down the scoring for the first half of the game, or the boys' game here is 10 points scored by the Vikings, and 4 of them were scored by Landon Abernathy, 4 by Corbin Bowling, and 2 by Brady Orr. For the Tigers, leading scorer right now, a couple with 6 each. That is Caleb McGee's got 6, Wheeler Rooks has got 6, Tanner Davis has got 5, and Garrett Smith with 2, JT Smith with 1, and Carson Phillips with 2. So that's your scoring for the first half. Not a whole lot of it. The combined score is a normal halftime score, I would say. But it appears that the Vikings are outmanned. But like you've said so many times before, you never know what will happen anytime they toss the ball up. 2:30 minutes, about 2.5 minutes before the start of the third period. We'll take another pause here for a word from our sponsors. We'll come back with more basketball from McCaleb Welch. Stay with us. The officials jumped the gun here and started the quarter before we were ready. And the Tigers stole the ball away from the Vikings, took it down the floor. And there was a charging foul assessed, and I didn't see who the number was. But down the floor come the Vikings following the foul assessment, and the shot's up and no good by Bowling. Follows no good. Rebound picked up by McGee. Now to JT Smith. Tigers on the offensive end, working it just outside the three-point circle. Smith shading the left side. A couple dribbles, goes left side now to Davis. Now to Samples, who's come out. The Wilkes in the corner on the right. Back to Samples, inside to Davis. He goes in, hook shot, missed it, rebound. McGee put it up and in.
They don't have an answer for Caleb underneath, that's for sure.
And the Vikings come down the floor with it. Marmer has it, goes back, fadeaway jumper, hit it. And they pick up another 2 points. It's 24-12 now. Pass out to JT Smith on the right wing. Now to Rooks, left side to Samples. We got like a 4 6-player arc around the three-point circle. There's a pass and a driving layup. It's up and no good by Samples, but the rebound is going to be put up and in by McGee. So Caleb now has 10 points on the night, and it's in a 14-point lead again. 6 minutes left to go in the third. Corbin Bowling dribbling on the right side, stops, guns a three, it's off the back rim, no good. Rebound Davis, and Tanner Davis dribbles down to Wilkes on the right side for three. He got it. So line it up a little bit here in the third period, 29-12. Across the timeline goes Bowling. He drives in the lane, puts up the shot, and boy, that went all the way down and came back out. McGee gets the rebound. The Tigers on the offensive attack. J.T. Smith drives in the corner, or in the lane there, and dishes it back outside. Davis takes the long three, no good. Rebound Wilkes. Wilkes drives, puts a 15-foot jumper in, follows up, and sticks in between the rim and the backboard. You don't see that very often, particularly on a shot that was from out front. And Garrett Smith comes off the bench, goes out there and does what you and I could never do. And that's jump up there and knock that ball off the rim.
We would never play again if I had to get up there and get that ball.
Call EMTs. I'm in trouble. Tigers take it out on the jump ball. Now they go over now to Wilkes on the left side. His three won't go. McGee really just reached over the top of a player there and stole up the rebound. The Tigers take a shot at the goal and miss it. Rebound's taken down, and Armour's back the other way. He'll drive in, feign to the left, roll to the right, and picked up 2 points. He's got 4 on the night, 29-14. Tigers down the floor. They go to Garrett Smith, now to JT, to Samples in the corner now to Wilkes. McGee is standing up on the free throw line, looking for a pass inside. Tigers still working the perimeter. 4:20 left to go in the third. Up 29-14. McGee catches Smith rolling down the line, the end line, and he goes underneath for a reverse layup, lays it up and in. And the Vikings will bring it down the floor halfway through the third period, trailing 31-14. Brady Orr to the left side now to Bowling. Coming back across, it goes down to Pike on the end line. A three put up in the corner that is going to be up and good by Bowling. And now there's timeout on the floor. Timeout Vikings, I believe. 31-17 the score. 3:42 left to go in the third. We'll be back in 30 seconds. .342 left to go here in the third period. Tigers up 31-17 with the basketball in the backcourt. Jackson Burdine, freshman. On the left side now to Tylen Irvin, a senior. They go to Garrett Smith in the corner now under to McGee. McGee drives in, lays it up, lays it in.
He's got to be approaching what?
He's got 12.
That's what I think. It's 12-15.
Now to Armour. Armour goes underneath, hits Abernathy on the baseline, but it's too hot to handle and goes out of bounds right up against a Hardin County cheerleader. She's okay. And Burdine will take the inbounds from Irvin. Comes down the floor. Tigers looking for their 35th point here. Here's a pass to McGee, a scramble on the baseline, ball squirts free. Give it to the Tigers. McGee went to the floor. Now they're cleaning up perspiration. We're not allowed to call it sweat, are we?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yep. They probably need a towel here. McGee is going to come out for some reason. Now they're saying he can't come out.
I don't know why.
I don't understand that either. But inbounds pass, now he could come in if he wants to. I guess because they already had the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
Anyway, McGee goes to the bench, and in to the game comes Ben Benson and Nathan Nesbitt. Irvin over now to Garrett Smith, back out to Burdine. Burdine head of the key, looks inside, gets to Nesbitt, back out to Burdine for three. Back rim, rebound Benson. Over to Irvin. Tigers get another swat at it here. To Nesbitt in the corner. Driving in is Garrett Smith. Missed the layup. Got his own rebound. Goes up with the follow. It won't go either. Rebound taken down by Armour. Down the floor. Armour goes, drives, shoots, scores. Wow. That was a nice looking little play right there. 2:07 left to go here in the third. Tigers up by 14. Got to play some basketball. They could get shocked here. Here's a three-pointer off the right side by Benson. It's no good. Rebound is going to be batted away. A whistle and a foul called on a Tiger. I'm going to say it's on Garrett Smith. And Tigers try to bring it down, or the Vikings try to bring it down, and they'll throw it away side court under a little defensive pressure there. And it will be Tiger basketball with 1:44 left to go in the third. 33-19, Tigers up. Smith into Irvin in the paint. And we're going to get a 3-second call on. I've been watching Tyler tonight. He likes to hang around that lane. They finally called him. He stayed in there for like 10 seconds. And they called a 3-second violation on him. Armour works against the Tiger press. Steal by Burdine. Burdine drives in. Fakes a shot. Goes up with the follow and hits it. So Burdine gets on the scoreboard. And it's 35-19. Working with it is Bowling, and he has it batted away by Burdine out of bounds. Give it to Fayette Academy again. In comes Phillips. Out comes Garrett. Ben Benson, rather. And Vikings go down, take a shot that's no good, but a follow is going to be up and good by Pike. He gets two, Zane Pike, and now there's timeout on the floor. Timeout Vikings with 1 minute left to go in the third. 35-21, Tigers will be back in 1 minute. Oh, the Tigers We're coming back on the air. The Tigers trying to beat the press. They got it into the forecourt. Phillips flipped it back to Irvin, but Irvin was not in the forecourt yet, and they would call a backcourt violation. Tigers cough it up, but they steal it right back, and now we're back on the offensive end. Things get a little bit raggy here. 40 seconds left to go. Burdine backs to the center court circle and standing there holding the basketball. Watching time run. 28 seconds. 23 seconds. Finally dribbles a couple times. 20 seconds. Vikings content to just sit back there and wait. Now there's timeout. Timeout called by the Tigers with 16.7 seconds remaining here in the third period, leading 35-21, back in 30 seconds. "17 seconds for all intents and purposes left in this quarter, and the Tigers call timeout to set up a play here. Leading 35-21. Inbounds, it's going to be stolen away by Armour. Armour is going to be fouled.
They're going to foul them.
Yeah, they're going to call a foul on him.
And we got lucky with that one.
Yeah, oh my.
They out-hustled us.
So they call a foul on Armour, his first, and now Burdine brings it in, 11 seconds. He's outside looking for somebody, finally gets it to Wilkes. Wilkes for three, with 5, no good. Rebound Irvin, his follow won't go. Finally it goes up and in, and I think it's going to be Phillips who gets the basket right at the buzzer. And the Tigers go into the fourth quarter leading 37-21. We'll be back in 60 little seconds and see what happens. (37-21) is scored. Tigers up by 16, and we're starting the fourth quarter with Fayette Academy in possession of the basketball. Don't forget, Adams was rolling in here on Friday night. We need a big crowd as the Cardinals come from across the river. Armour takes the inbounds pass. We're underway here in the fourth period, that is. Armour. Now to Bowling on the right. Down in the corner to Kirkland. He drives in, goes up for a shot. Partially blocked and recovered by McGee. McGee clear out pass to Smith. Smith down the floor now to Davis. Tanner Davis goes in the lane, loses it, has it batted away, and it's picked up by the Vikings, and a whistle and a foul is going to be assessed to J.T. Smith in a defensive effort to try to get the ball back from Fayette Academy. Not a shooting foul. There's only been 6 fouls in the whole game. And we're a minute into the fourth period. Bowling. Left side now to Orr. Down in the corner now to Armour. Armour double team down there. Gets it loose and finally in the lane, picking it up is Bowling. The shot's blocked and rebound. Tigers are running. Underneath goes Samples. He scores and it's fouled. Samples took it from the right, dribbled it in, banked it off the glass, picked up the foul, and he'll go to the line for the three-point play. Missed it. Rebound taken down by Abernathy. Check that's Pike. On the left side to Armour. We're under 7 minutes now here in the fourth. Here's a three-point shot. It rims out and goes out, touched last by, I believe, Wilkes, who was closest to the inline when he went out. Inbounds pass goes to Dawkins. Driving back outside. Dawkins wants the three. Instead goes in the circle, puts up a left-handed shot. It's no good. Rebound taken down by J.T. Smith. Smith running. Right wing. Davis, or rather Wilkes, underneath the McGee. McGee goes in, is going to put up the shot. But they're saying that stripped away and that somebody kicked it, and perhaps it was McGee who did because they're giving the ball to the Vikings. On the left side, Armour. Down the baseline, outside. Here's a three-pointer. It's up and good by Corbin Bowling. He's got 10. And it's 39-24. The Vikings have not gone away. McGee, halfway down the post, kicks it out to Smith. Smith for three. He got it. J.T. Smith gets his fourth point on the night. Like to see J.T. score more. Vikings back down. There's a three-pointer off the right side from Bowling. It's off no good. Rebound McGee over to Wilkes. Wilkes to Smith. Wilkes takes the three off the right side. He got it. Willie Wilkes hit the three from downtown Waynesboro. Bowling to Armour. So they work the offensive end on the other side. 45-24 now. Driving in, putting up a shot that rims out is Bowling. Rebound is McGee. McGee, couple of dribbles, gets it off now to Wilkes. Wilkes over to Davis in the corner for three. Won't go. Rebound, Armour. Down the floor, goes in. I think they're going to call blocking foul on Samples. And again, it's only the fourth team foul for the Tigers. A total of 6 fouls in the entire half with 4:51 left to go in the game. Ben Benson in the game, also Garrett Smith, also Burdine. Inbounds following the foul is stripped away. Finally picking it up is Pike. Pike turnaround jumper is up and good. 45-26. They get it. The Tigers get it to Benson into the forecourt. To Burdine. Burdine goes left to Irvin. Irvin in the lane. Puts a one-handed running jumper from 4 off. No good. Rebound. Nesbitt had it. Finally picked up by Irvin. Irvin goes up for the shot, and he's going to be hammered. And that's the third on Grant Armour, I understand. 4:23 left to go. 45-26, 19 points to lead. With Tyler Irvin on the line shooting 2. First shot's good. Second shot is also good. 48-26 now. Tigers, I don't think there's any doubt who's going to win this game. But as they work it down in the corner on the offensive end, it's batted around, changed hands about 3 times, and finally they're going to give the ball to the Vikings. 4:12 left to go. Armour inbound pass. Gets it right back. Goes in the circle. Tries to throw it through Burdine. And Burdine, I don't know whether he caught that with his hand or his face. It looked like he was shaking it off. But it goes out of bounds. Touched last by him. Give it to the Vikings. Driving in, and jumper by Pike is no good, but a whistle and a foul is going to be called on Ben Benson. Still not a 1-and-1 yet. Pass underneath, jumpers up and good. I'm thinking, let's see if they count it, yeah. And Pike gets the bucket. He also goes to the line for the three-point play. And he missed it. Rebound, Irvin. And now they're saying Irvin stood on the end line. And they're going to give it to Fayette Academy on the end line underneath their own basket with 3:58 left to go. Here's a pass inside and a jumper that's up and good by Corbin Bowling. Cut the lead now to 17. Irvin catches Benson in the forecourt. Back to Burdine. Burdine stops, kicks it outside down to Garrett Smith. Smith to Irvin on the left. Throws it to Burdine. It goes right through his hands. Everybody just kind of shaking their head on that one. Armour. As we come back, the Tigers will score as Ben Benson will pick up a deuce inside. We're off for a few seconds there. It's 49-30 now. Tigers up by 19. Here's a three-point shot that's in and out by Bowling, and Irvin with the rebound with 2:43 left to go in the game. Irvin as to Burdine. Burdine head of the key to Irvin on the left. Not any big hurry. Just kind of arcing over into the corner on the right side to Benson. He'll go in, shovel pass it underneath to Nesbitt, and Nathan Nesbitt picks up two. But that was Benson's pass that set that up. Into the game comes Phillips. Also, see who else, I'll catch it in a minute. As the Vikings drive to go in for the basket, it's going to be off. No good, but a whistle and a foul called. It's going to be on Garrett Smith. First shot is up and no good. Second shot will fall, and that's Miles Dawkins. I could get him to turn around. He gets one out of two. It's 51-31, 20 points to lead. 1:52 left to go. Drive, a pass over in the corner. Benson gets it, takes it to the glass, lays it up and in. Ben Benson got on the right wing. Just went straight to the bucket. Had the layup, and it's 53-31. Dawkins with it. Goes down low, puts up the shot. Can't get it to fall. Rebound taken down by Carson Phillips. Now to Garrett Smith. Back to Burdine. Burdine head fakes, drives in, puts a one-handed jumper up from about 6, and he hit it. Nice move, good power move to the basket, and a nice soft touch. 55-31, 102. Pike over, and now a shot going to be blocked by Benson. Loose ball, Nesbitt gets it, passes it out, going in, and taking the shot is Benson. It won't go, and the Vikings have the rebound. They're back down to the other end. There's a pass down on the end line. There's a whistle and a traveling call assessed on Zane Pike. And if you're wondering, the clock's run down to 40.4 seconds now. This game's been over since probably middle of the second period. Maybe even earlier. Burdine will stand at midcourt, and they may just let it run out. I think both teams about had it. Pass it over to Benson, back and now to Burdine. 10 seconds, and they might as well just wave us off. I wish they'd allow that, but they won't. And the clock expires. It's 55-31, the final score. And the Tigers get their second win on the season.
Yeah, good win, and over a team that they should have dominated. They ended up dominating at the end of the game. Got to play a lot of players, got a lot of minutes, so it's good to get that experience as well. And then rival coming in on Friday night, and not sure what they have on the boys' side. My understanding is that they've got a really good girls' team this season, and so should be a tough battle. And on the men's side, it doesn't matter either way. It's going to be a good game and a big crowd, and they're always fun to play, the Adamsville games, whether we're over there. I'd rather be here, though, than over there in the Cracker Jack box, because it gets hot over there.
And it's tight quarters over
it
there
is.
Too, and,
so
but you got to go home and home, you know.
Yeah, so it should be a big Friday night, a good win here for both teams, or for the boys, and there's no good losses unless you're in college football. But it was a good game by the girls. They played really well.
Yeah, I think getting Harville back and having her where she can start rebuilding, getting used to game time experiences, and getting back to that form from last year is going to be a huge asset for her.
Well, she was not the difference, I wouldn't say that, but her presence, like we said, out on the court, that's experience, played in a lot of basketball games, and she's kind of, somebody that they can look to and know that they've got her out there, and she played really good defense tonight. She's always going to do that. Did some things well, went to the basket, had some good assists, and we shot the ball well. Neely Berry shot the ball well tonight, and Bailey Gamble continued her shooting. Haley Hardin got into it there toward the end. We need to get her going, and like I said, this boys team, they shot the ball a lot better tonight than they have in the past. So hopefully that'll get them over the edge.
And this was a quality basketball team the girls played tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they literally, you could tell when you saw them warming up that they had some strength and some abilities. And of course, that little Moore girl just filled her up. And when you have a night like that, it's hard to beat you.
Yep.
But the final for the girls was 50-46. The guys are going to win it 55-31. Looking at the scoring for Fayette Academy, I've been fighting that all night long, and it finally came. Corbin Bowling had 12. Zane Pike had 6. Grant Armour had 6. Landon Abernathy had 4. And that's about it for them. For the Tigers tonight, leading scorer, it's a tie between Caleb McGee and Wheeler Wilkes with 12 each. Down the line, you've got Tyler Irvin with, or Tanner Davis with 5, J.T. Smith with 4, Garrett Smith with 4, Jackson Burdine with 4, and Carson Phillips with 4. Also, Tyler Irvin had 2. Duke Samples had 2. And Nathan Nesbitt had 2 for the Tigers tonight. So a lot of players got numbers in the column, and that's always a good thing.
Yep, builds confidence and experience, and it's always get a good win, and we got one tonight.
All right. Well, I'll just about wrap it up for us here in Decatur Welsh tonight as the Tigers split a pair. The Lady Tigers fall, but the Tigers win. And we'll head off to Friday night, as Steve said, for the Adamsville Cardinals. So if you can't make it to the game, be sure to tune in with us here on K93, your #1 sports station in Savannah. So for Steve Carnell and my good buddy Steve